when he came into my life, he was 11 years old, and he was hell on wheels. And I mean, my kids would sit back because they were raised a certain way. So they already know, don't cross her because she is going to tear your head off your shoulders. Because I'm the disciplinarian. So when he comes along, he challenged every bone in my body.
Hold on, I want to pause your story. We're going to do a small little disclaimer. Y'all might hear the little baby in the back. But it's a Mother's Day show.
It's Mother's Day.
Yeah. Of course we're going to have babies in the back with me. Yeah. Hey, hey. This is SWD, Sistahs Wit Disabilities, where we're uplifting,
inspiring,
and enhancing the knowledge of individuals with disabilities. I am Crystal, the blind baddie. And right over here,
my name is KIM. Keep it moving. Your local lady ex-pimp with a lip. And over here is my cousin.
Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany, STL's heavy duty cutie. Okay. Okay. And today it's Mother's Day in May. We are celebrating mothers. Mothers with disabilities and mothers that have children with disabilities.
Yes.
And today we have a special guest. This is Angela Dennis, my sister.
Hey, cousin. Hi. Hey, cousin.
All right. And we're glad to have her today. And I'm just going to let my sister tell you all, because I already know. Tell you guys a little bit about herself. Some of, your background, and just let them know, who you be.
Yeah. Well, who am I?
All right. Who are you?
I am Angela Dennis, as you all have heard. I do not have any remarkable disabilities, and neither do my children, but I have worked extensively with the mentally ill for a number of years. And because I have family who are disabled, I'm always there to assist in whatever capacity that is needed. So I guess my place on the show this afternoon is probably pertaining to my history with working for the Department of Mental Health for I think it's been about 17 years now.
Oh, wow.
I've kind of left and came back a couple times in a different capacity each time. So I started off as a unit clerk, still working very closely with the clients. I did cross training where I was a direct aide in the evening time. And then I left for a number of years and moved over to social services and then came back to work for the Department of Mental Health in the rehabilitation therapy department.
That's a lot.
I worked for the rehabilitation. We ain't gonna say which name. The North County version.
Okay.
I do understand that job and make you want to leave and come back. Because it's really a tough job to work with people with mental and physical disabilities. That's why another reason why I started the show, because not only am I disabled,
right?
Oh yeah, sorry. So I am visually impaired, legally blind, and I'm a juvenile diabetic. So not only have I worked being disabled, I worked in the field for many years as well. So with that being said, like, how is it? Like, how is it working in that field? Because it's very challenging.
It can be challenging because you never know what the day holds. So you go in and there's, of course, when you're dealing with people with mental illness, with such things as schizophrenia or bipolarism or anything like that, multiple other mental illnesses, you just don't know what you're going to walk into. Sometimes they're combative, sometimes they're super nice, and these are the same people that you interact with on a daily basis. Some days they may not want to be nice. So that's the day that you have to kind of be on guard and be protective and make sure you're keeping yourself safe as well as the clients. I had a really cool client. He was a young guy. He's probably one of the most memorable to me. He started off and he reminded me of my nephew. because he was so young. He came in at like 19 years old. And when he came in, everybody knew when he was there, he was going to tear up the place. He was just, he was ill. He was sick. So at the height of his sickness, he would come in and just be really combative, and he wouldn't mind tearing up the unit. And because I saw him as a human more so than he's crazy. You know how mental illness is a whole nother thing that the Black community,
like a patient,
always we never talked about
we
it.
Don't have the knowledge.
We didn't talk about our crazies. We kind of we put them like Uncle Pete. We put them in the closet somewhere.
Uncle Pete so
right, and we didn't really talk about it. But this young man, I just treated him like I would treat my family member.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
he was, because he was young and he, liked to look nice and he liked his hair done. When I first presented myself to him, I'm like, you need me to do your hair, and he, and they listen, and, he's going off about the other staff because other staff are in, I guess, in a mode to kind of calm him down. They want to give him medication. They want to do all of these other things. And I'm like, you want to get your hair done? I'm going to need you to calm down. I need you to go in this bathroom. I need you to wash your hair. I'm going to go get you some clothes so you can put on, some fresh clothes, and I'll braid your hair when you get done. You got to meet people where they are and treat them as humans.
That's
and I think that's a huge part of care. In any field, it's a huge part of care, even not just the mentally ill, but if you're in a care facility, or if you're a CNA in just a regular hospital setting, if you show just simple care and respect for people, you can change attitudes, and you can change behavior.
So I have a story from when I worked there. Had a guy like 6'4", nice built, like, if you seen him on the street, you be like, hey, but since he was in there, we know.
Like, whoa.
But, every time we gave him a shower, he acted a fool, and he had an elephant trunk.
Oh
yeah! So imagine trying to give a man a shower with an elephant trunk who's clowning and hollering and hooping in the shower. So you trying not to get hit with that thing. So one time he ran out the house, and I just get taken off running. And then all he did was just sit on the swing. And you know what? I let him sit on that swing butt naked. If that's all you want to do, baby, we gonna just sit on this swing.
You gotta kind of
You let your elephant trunk swing.
Let everything just swing.
Go ahead, Dumbo.
Okay, you have the time of your life.
That's good. You got to kind of meet people, where they are, like you said. But like on those challenging days, like, what did you do, to recharge? Like, how did you find the patience to, deal with, that sometimes,
Dylan, I guess, because we always say, don't bring your stuff from home to work.
Okay.
Don't take your stuff from work home, that kind of thing. So, I always have had a solid foundation. So it's not a whole lot that shakes me or rocks me. But like you said, there is some days that are a little bit more challenging than others. When you get to work and everything is going wrong, that impacts how you can sometimes impact how you treat other people. So you kind of got to pull it back and bring it down a notch, because it's not about the people that are in the hospital are there for a reason. So it's not for us to take our stuff, whatever that may be, and throw it on them.
But not only, you have to do that, then you have to come home and be somebody's mama. So now you got
somebody's wife.
Somebody's wife.
Yes.
So
different
you're
hats.
taking care of people like on the clock, 24 hours.
Yes.
So what do you do as an individual to just help you unwind and just say,
Well, back then, because I of course things have changed in my life since I worked in that particular field. But back then, I went to the gym begrudgingly. But that was one outlet. I walked every morning. I got up and walked 3 miles religiously. I walked 3 miles before going to work. Every morning, just to kind of center yourself. It's something about being outside and
nature.
just in that space. prayer. You talk to God a whole lot.
Oh, yes.
When
Oh,
you
yeah.
when you have to deal with your kids, their stuff, especially their they're teenagers at that time. So I had my two children, my bonus child, my nephew, great nephew, a husband at that time. So it was like all of these different people, personalities, things, all of this stuff that I had to do and be for them. And then I have to leave. And let me just back it up 1 minute. There was one particular time after all of the kids were gone and things like that. The husband is gone now, but I had parents who were sick. So I've got sick parents. They in and out of the hospital all at the same time. You know, mom's down on the south side in the hospital, dad's Christian Northeast. So I'm running between hospitals to take care of parents.
That's real.
And then having to go to work and then deal with all the stuff that you didn't do XYZ, you didn't do this and you didn't do that
stuff.
but you're trying to maintain because this is just who you are. You want to kind of keep everything together. You got to keep all the balls in the air at the same time.
As I say, life be life.
Yeah, life.
Life
be life.
It life the heck out of you sometimes.
All right. So Angie, I want to know, because I have these problems and issues, and so does Crystal. So does what?
She just gave you some problems.
I know about the problems and issues. But let me get the question out, guys. Okay. What do you want us to know about being a mother?
First of all, every mother knows that being a mom is hard work.
Oh, yes.
It is not a rewarding job often.
Yeah.
But one thing that I would probably tell you is to don't take it personal. I know sometimes our kids disappoint us.
Yeah.
We do our level best to do do things for them. We set them up as far as education. We try to make sure they have a great education. We try to make sure that they are positive people in society and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they disappoint us. That's just the reality of it. And you ever had a situation where somebody was talking to you about their child and you're like, dang, what did I do wrong?
Right.
It's like, and my kid is doing this and they're going to this university and they're affluent and blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking, well, what the heck did I do wrong?
Where'd I go
You
wrong?
did not do a thing wrong. And let me just, because all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord.
Right.
And I believe we love the Lord.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of the things that whatever the situation, because we've all had some different backgrounds. So whatever we've done along the way and have imparted in those kids along the way, you've done your absolute best. Do not take whatever they do in their older years.
Right.
Don't take it personal. Whatever they haven't done to meet your standards or whatever, don't take it personal. Because I did that for a long time. I felt guilty because when my oldest son, my oldest child, he's the only boy. When he turned 18, I just felt like, oh, y'all need to get out of my house.
Done
Everybody, 20, 22, okay, you are old now. You need to get out of my house. And now I got my son, my nephew, my bonus son.
Yes.
All of y'all need to get out of my house. So when I think one year I was about to take a trip to Mexico. This was my first trip. So out of the country, and the plan. My daughter had got her stuff together and was gone. It's these boys. I don't know what's wrong with these boys, but so my continued speech to them. By the time I get ready to leave, you all need to have somewhere to go because you can't stay here. And of course they did, but my son,
they came back.
They did. Eventually, at one point, they all have had to come back. I got one at my house right now, but that's a whole nother story.
Well,
I mean, we never stop mommy.
That is it.
We
That's
never
it.
stop
And I
mommy.
think for us as a culture of people, we've always wanted to have a place for our kids to come back to.
Right.
Now, growing up in Kinloch, one of the worst feelings that I have, it's a desolate place now. And there's no place there for us to go back to. You know how other cultures and other races can always take their kids back to this is where I grew up, and that's the house that and that's the school that I went to. We don't have that. You know, it's just everything is gone. So I've always internalized wanting to have some place for my kids to come back to.
Right.
I didn't want them jokers to stay, but you know, you could always come back if you had, you know, if you had to ran into some problems, if you ran into some trouble, and you needed to come home. Then this is home.
Right. Right.
Don't let them stay though, girl.
So, you know, even though we say mom, you know, in my culture, I feel like we say mama. So shout out to our shirts today. We say this shirt say mom, like, right?
Yeah, mom's like
last week our shirt said mama. So I feel like mama is a whole different culture of how we raise our children.
Yeah,
it is.
So what's your best mama mama story?
My best mama story.
Moment, mama, should I say?
Where you pat yourself on the
My
back.
goodness. I mean, with my own kids, it's the expectation and some of the things that they've done, I'm okay with. But I'm gonna stray a little bit to my bonus kid. When he came into my life, he was 11 years old, and he was hell on wheels. And I mean, my kids would sit back because they were raised a certain way, so they already know, don't cross her because she is gonna tear your head off your shoulders. Because I'm the disciplinarian. So when he comes along, he challenged every bone in my body.
I want to pause your story. We're going to do a small little disclaimer. Y'all might hear the little baby in the back, but it's a Mother's Day show.
It's Mother's Day.
Yeah. Of course we're going to have babies in the back.
With me.
Okay, who you have with you?
I have Lyric, my 1-year-old granddaughter.
Okay, man, baby singing. Okay, so I want y'all to be like, what is that noise in the back? It's a baby. It's a Mother's Day show. What you think was going to happen?
We got mommy and grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
So this 11-year-old, he was a huge challenge because I'm trying to show him love. I'm trying to show him a different life than what he grew up in. You know, he had a mother who was addicted, a father who wasn't there. He's the second oldest of 8 siblings who were not raised together. So I'm trying to show him family and connection and love.
Right now.
But then, of course, I had to show him discipline too, because my kids are looking at me like, I know you're going to get this.
Yes.
I know you're going to get him. So I'm like, it took me a while before I actually got him. But when I did, I did.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And this all goes back to my best mothering moment now, because there were several challenges. Several times I had to, I won't say assault because I work for the Department of Social Services.
Okay. Tell it like it is.
There were several times I had to you know, snatch him up a little bit.
Well,
but there was one particular time,
but
very much so.
Mama's got to snatch you up.
Yeah, especially when the dad's in the other room and not doing anything. But that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about him later. Okay. So when the one time that I had to really just kind of lay hands on him in a very physical way, he yelled out, "Daddy!" And this is something he never said. So, but this is my best kid now. When I tell you, he may be in a situation currently, but the love and the respect, oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
He is like,
different
person. He had to.
You shook. That mama spirit. Now he know.
I love you.
You know, I get the I love yous. I get the, you know, he always give me these accolades about, you know what, I remember, Angie, when you did this, did that. And one very special thing to him that he always remember is I took it as long as I could. And then at a certain point when he was about 17, he had to go. So then he went to stay with his mom, his biological mom. And it was a horrible situation for him. He called me practically every morning and practically every day that he called me, I was there for him. If he needed bus fare, and to see him walk across the stage, because this was his senior year and he was really struggling. But you couldn't deal and abide by the rules in my house, so you had to go.
Right.
But,
I remember that.
But I mean, all of the times he called and it's like, Angie, I ain't got no bus fare. I told my mama and she said she would do X, Y, Z, and I don't want her to have to do that to get me some bus fare. So I'm like, I'm bringing you bus fare.
Mhm.
Or,
Okay.
you know, if you needed some food, I'm bringing them some food. It wasn't
Yes.
consistently.
That mama in you.
Yes.
But then to see him literally, you know, to do something that he wasn't expected to do by, you know,
Yeah.
society standards. You've
Mhm.
been raised by, you know, your aunt or whatever.
Mhm.
Your parents weren't as
Mhm.
there for you as they needed to be.
Mhm.
And then here
Mhm.
comes this strange lady in your life
Right.
Right.
who starts pouring stuff into you.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
it's an
Love.
honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Patience.
Yeah.
Okay, Angie, I would like to know a fun fact about yourself. What's something about you that no one would know? You know?
Ooh.
Or something you like to do, or, you know, just something special.
Something special. A fun
Mhm.
fact.
Yeah.
Okay, I think a fun fact. And it's nothing like major, but
Well, you are who you are.
I know, right? I like DIY projects.
Okay,
Um,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Me too.
I mean, I think during COVID, you being stuck in the house, nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have my grandkids then too.
Ooh,
So
Well.
YouTube was on quite a bit.
YouTube.
So everybody was on YouTube doing some type of project, like these beautiful glasses or
Uh-huh.
wall hangings, curtains. I mean, everything. They were doing some of everything. So I kind of took a liking to doing DIY projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I
that's a
didn't
fun
know.
fact.
All right.
I know.
Okay.
I learned
I was
something
quick
new
to,
today
I was
about my
quick to
sister.
Do it
throw some
yourself.
jewels on the paint.
That's deep. All right.
All right, now, first of all, I have this phone because I have aphasia, which means that I can't openly get the things that I want to come out fluidly, you know, like you all do.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of no.
Like you would want to.
You do. Not like me. But one of my questions to you would be, what can you tell someone with disabilities? How can I say it, you all? What would
Read the question then, child. That's what your
No.
phone for.
Well, it's not in my phone. It's in your phone.
Well, I can pull it out.
Okay, pull it out.
Look, we use
What
accessibilities around here. Okay. We use our accessibilities. We read our phones. Because I'm blind. How can I look at a screen anyway?
Right.
You ain't got Jeopardy to me. I got it. Wait a minute. That ain't the right question.
We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
There you go.
Here we
Read
go.
it.
What advice or tip could you give an ordinary person on how they would be more help or support to someone that has a disability? Did it make sense?
It makes
Good
perfect
question.
sense.
All right.
Good question.
You did it.
The advice or tip I would give to the ordinary person. I don't know who ordinary people are.
Okay, baby.
No one's ordinary.
Because somebody
I don't know who they
walk
are.
they walking in secrets.
Okay.
You hear me? But the advice that I would give is just simple. Treat people like you want to be treated.
Amen.
Right.
Or if you ain't good at treating yourself real good,
Okay.
treat people like you want somebody to treat somebody you love.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
'cause
Yeah.
we have,
I like that.
children in
Wait a minute. Can you say that one more time?
Right.
That,
That was
they
good
hit my
stuff.
shouter now.
Treat people like you want them to treat somebody you love.
Amen.
Okay.
You know,
I
when you look
get
at your
that.
kids in school, loved ones who may be in nursing homes and things like that, you want other people to treat them
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
well,
With love.
with respect. They don't even gotta
Kindness.
love your child or your loved one. They just need to respect them, treat them kindly. You know, don't. You read so many stories about how this daycare worker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I just heard about one.
Slammed
Yes.
a baby
Mhm.
or you know, somebody in a nursing home is being
Horrible.
abused, or a
Mhm.
kid is being
Horrible.
abused by a teacher, physically, verbally, whatever the case. You just want people to treat the people that you love
Yes.
kindly.
Yeah.
So that would be, you know, one of my tips. And another thing, since we're talking about disabilities,
Yes.
and I think we started. Well, I started talking about mental illness. I'm sorry, I touched up.
That's all right. We all touch them. They ours.
Okay.
Nah, the mic there, but they're ours. 1, 2 count. Make sure they still there. I do. Okay.
If you recognize mental illness in your family that's unchecked or
Right.
unaddressed, and I say that because some of the kids that I've been around, just I think they would have benefited. And again, in the Black culture, we don't talk about mental illness enough.
Yeah.
So, but if you identify it and you see it, and you see that there's a kid who's exhibiting some behaviors that look like they may be able to benefit from some medication or some treatment or some therapy or whatever.
Or conversation.
That's it. Have conversation with
Some
the
love.
adult.
Okay.
And sometimes it's more than love.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need some help. They need some medication. They need. And my son started off, I think maybe about 7 years old on Ritalin, and he did that for probably
what condition?
They said it was learning disability.
Okay.
But I think it was misdiagnosed because he was in a really bad car accident around 5 years old, 6 years old, somewhere in the neighborhood, and he had a severe head injury.
That
Very
happens
severe.
a lot.
So then
Misdiagnosed.
they, started putting him on the medication for hyperactivity. He was on that throughout high school, I believe. But the minute he turned like 17, 18, they were like, "Oh, you can get a job anywhere." The whole disability piece of it. They cut off his disability, and it's like now you can't find the records, you can't do this, you
Just want to throw him back out there.
So
Yeah.
So, but and not even that part is why I say that. I mean, I've dealt with some personal issues pertaining to some young people that were in my care, and I think that they would have benefited from some help.
Yeah.
If I'm saying I think they need some help, I think this is bigger than just behavioral. You just got a bad attitude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just brush it off.
Yeah, they needed some attention, and the people that could have done something about it didn't. So my advice is, if you see an issue with somebody that you love and care about, try to do as much as you can to address it.
Yes.
So May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So we as SWD, of course, we're trying to reach out to people and give them awareness. I know I have my own mental health issues. So, and then I'm just getting diagnosed being bipolar just this January. So yeah. So it's nice to kind of know why you're feeling some of these type of ways. Right.
Yes.
So it took me to start going to a therapist to find out that I was diagnosed with it, because a lot was going on and I didn't. I was just like, okay, well, just keep going. This happening, don't worry about it, keep going.
Because as Black women, a lot of people figure if you can take that and keep going, we'll just keep piling more stuff on. And then that turns into something else.
Yeah.
And you talk about bipolar or schizophrenia. Those are like a couple of the most talked about ones.
Yeah.
But the silent one that nobody ever wants to speak of.
Oh yes.
So, we gotta be careful with that one too, because you might think, I'm, just sitting here. We all look like we all got.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And you don't know.
You call that the silent one.
Yeah, that's the silent one.
It is.
Because I remember when my sister passed away, 2010, I believe it was. I thought I was good because I was still functioning. I was going to work. I was, doing all my little regular activities. Got my kids. They weren't in the home. I was an empty nester at that time, and I thought I was good. But looking back on it, I wasn't diagnosed, but because I knew, I came home every day, put off the lights. I had room darkening curtains in my room.
The blackout curtains.
Yeah.
So you said that you were, kind of just in the bed eating cereal when you lost your sister. So did you seek help?
I did not, because I thought I was good.
Yeah,
we
all think we're good.
Exactly. I didn't recognize what it was, but after years of being around it in a professional capacity, you just kind of recognize, hey, that's depression, Angie.
Yeah.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
So we had to just take a quick pause for the calls. Again, this is Mother's Day in May. So we got to do mama stuff. So we had to add a little baby.
And grandmama stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, grandmama stuff.
Yay.
Hey, Miss Lyric.
This is Lyric.
Say hi.
She like, what's going on
Can you
here?
say hi?
She like, oh, you lights.
I'm a store.
Well, guys, yes, it's Mother's Day in May. And one of the reasons why I wanted to honor you and celebrate you, for Mother's Day, because you're an awesome mom,
Thank you.
grandma. See, look at
Mhm.
Lyric. She's doing the grandmommy thing.
Mhm.
And you're also, an awesome person in general.
Thank you.
Sister, friend,
Cousin.
cousin,
Mhm.
all the above,
Okay.
and, me being visually impaired, due to glaucoma and legally blind, you have, been a big help and support to me, through the years.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you, and I want to show my appreciation.
Thank you.
There's been many times, I don't know what I would have done without you being there. One time that sticks out to my mind is when my middle son was in the military and he was graduating from boot camp, and I didn't have a way to get to see him graduate. And I called and asked you, and you just took over and was like,
Road
let's go.
trip.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And I just thought that was, really awesome. And then that same son gave you a birthday card one year,
Mother's Day card.
Mother's Day card, and it had the little macaroni and little
Peppermint.
peppermints on it. And
I still have it, Josh.
she still have it to this day. And I feel so bad. I don't even have some things that my own kids gave me through the years, from kindergarten and all that. But that's a for real mama, auntie, friend, my sister in love. She still have that card and little peppermints and all that to this day. So I just want to let you know that I appreciate you.
Thank you, sister.
And all the fun stuff we get to do, going to concerts and plays at the Fox. And
she took me to my first play. You took me to see Medea for the first
I
time.
did.
Look at you.
And
Look
I
at
was
you.
I was a teenager.
Yes.
Look at you.
And we need people like that in our lives, in our corners, because we can't just get out and about, you know what I'm saying, like we want to, like we used to do. That's right, Lyric. We need people like this in our lives and in our corner. And I just wanted, to celebrate you too, and present you with a little something from SWD. Oh yeah.
Well, thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh,
I love talking.
here, let's.
Can you get that over?
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
pretty girl.
And this is for you. And you got, some
What you
nice
got, girl?
mommy things.
Do I have to go through my bag?
Yes.
And let the viewers
Whoa, got my own SWD glass. Okay. And who doesn't love chocolate?
Okay, we got you such a girl, Danny.
And some jelly beans.
Yeah,
Okay.
And a little beverage to go with this beautiful glass.
Okay, little wine beverage.
All
That
right.
might fill up the whole cup. Though. That cup is deep.
Okay, a nice fragrance. Thank you so much. Like the smell good.
Okay, we always do, don't we?
And because I'm always down for a good picture, I've got a very nice picture frame.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
You got nice things.
I'm gonna win.
Oh,
I got a scratch.
Don't forget about me.
You hear me?
Scratch, let
I
the
won't
winner.
forget the little people.
Don't forget
Beautiful
about
gift
us.
card. I'm gonna win some more money.
Okay, more money.
More money.
That's
More
what's up.
money.
We need that.
And because sometimes I get a little tired, this
No.
lovely
What you
face
got?
mask.
Put you on your face, yeah.
Okay, is that the soft one?
That's the soft one, the
Mhm.
soft gel one.
Exfoliate.
Yes. Thank you, ladies,
Okay.
so much.
You actually have a
Thank
shirt.
I
You didn't
really
put the shirt in here.
appreciate
You have a
that.
shirt.
It's
Yeah.
over there. It's over
Okay,
there.
so listen,
Can I get a shirt?
I have
It's in the closet.
Really nice Celebrate glass
it's on the
here.
side.
It might not be your size, but we want you to see what your
Right
shirt
there.
look like.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pour my beverage in my beautiful glass
It might
here.
fit the whole thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
All righty, so that we can toast it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just showing the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we just put it in her bag afterward.
Thank
Put that gift
you.
card up in
I
there.
absolutely
And
will.
then charge it to my head and my cooking and not in my heart. We actually.
Reach
you
over.
want to come to me?
No,
Oh,
reach over, get the
okay.
shirt.
I was gonna say, oh, you want me? Babies be looking at me like, no.
No.
Charge it to my head, not my heart. We owe you some chocolate covered strawberries
Awesome.
that I forgot to call.
But
about
let
the
me tell you,
strawberries
she's
this
talking
morning.
about some strawberries. There is some chicken wings in the kitchen
Oh.
that are so anointed.
Yeah, I brought it.
She said anointed. Ooh.
So you get your
And here's my beautiful
Sistahs Wit
shirt.
Disabilities mom shirt.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, you
So,
ladies.
We want to give you. We want to thank you for one being a mom and being awesome and being here with SWD.
Thank you. It's been an honor to visit with you ladies today. I hope this is my last time coming to hang out with y'all because this has been really nice.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. I got to appreciate you because I tell you, this was
I appreciate you.
a surprise
You wanna
and
talk
an
on the
honor.
phone?
Okay, I got to watch the
She said I'm on
grandbaby.
all the phones.
Well, we got
You know
them.
how babies want know about
They're
phones.
quick.
So thank you again, y'all. Ladies, like I like to say, I think this was a great show.
It was a great show.
So I say it all the time. So make sure that you are subscribed. And if you are subscribed, push that bell button and push all. So you can get notifications every time SWD has a new show coming out. So make sure you come on YouTube if you're one of our Instagrammers or Facebook. Sis with this. SISWITDIS. And like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, y'all.
You're right.
How about a toast?
Okay.
Ting, 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 ting.
Ting,
Ting, ting, ting, ting, ting. All right, I missed one on the end.
She like, well, my
Happy
Rebecca
Mother's
Mountain
Day.
Wait a minute. Before we leave, could you please sing us something, please?
Yes,
Just a little.
Oh, yeah, because you know,
Just
this
sing.
SWD.
Yes, we love to sing.
Whew, okay.
Yes.
I am not a singer. Let's
Yes, you
put that
are.
disclaimer out there. There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles that I will have to fight. But victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.
All right, that was our rehearsal, y'all.
Thank you.
We out, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.